Welcome to the first session of Module 4, CAMS. So in this session, we are going to discuss the introduction part of CAM, that is what is CAM and what is the application of CAMS, and classification of the CAMS, classification of the followers, and type of followers, nomenclature. So all these things we are going to discuss in this session. So let us start with the introduction. So we have seen this CAM in IC engine application. To open and close the valve of an IC engine, we use these cams. Now let us define the cam. A cam is a rotating machine element which consists of two major elements. One is cam, another one is a follower, and which gives reciprocating or oscillating motion to the another element, which is called as a follower. And this cam and follower have a line contact. You can see in the animation. So this rotating member is called the cam and this is the follower. Okay, so it is used to open and close the valve of an IC engine. You can see we are getting a oscillatory motion due to the rotation of this cam. Okay, so these two elements having line contact, therefore they comes under higher pair. So we have discussed different types of kinematic pairs in the module 1, higher pair and lower pair. So those kinematic pair having surface contact, they are lower pair. Since they are having these two elements having line contact, they comes under higher pair. Okay, so generally the cams are rotated at uniform speed by using a shaft, and the follower motion is predetermined, which will be according to the shape of the cam. The cam and follower is one of the simplest and important mechanism used in modern machinery. As I mentioned, they are used in inlet and outlet valve of an IC engine, paper cutting machine, printing machine, automatic lathe machines, etc. So due to various cam geometries and a large number of cam and follower combinations, the cam is versatile mechanical element. So here you can see the figure. This is cam and this is the follower. So this figure shows the cam and the follower arrangement, in which cam is connected to the rotating shaft and the rotary motion of the cam is transmitted to the roller follower, which oscillates in the fixed guides. This is the guide. So inside this fixed guide, it is oscillating due to the rotation of this cam. The direct contact between cam and follower is always maintained with the help of spring force and self weight of the follower. So in order to maintain the contact between these two elements, so we use the secondary element called the spring, and due to the self weight of this follower, this oscillatory motion or contact between the two elements takes place. So the major components or elements of this cams are: one is a cam, another one is a follower, and the third one is a frame. These are the three important elements of cam mechanism. So the cam is a driving link which has a straight or curved surface. Okay, follower is the driven link which gets motion by the cam, and third important element is frame, which supports the cam and guides. Cam guides and guides the follower. Okay, the frame which supports the cam and guides the follower. So that is the importance of frame. So next one is types of cams. So here cams are classified so based on three major categories. So first one according to the shape of a cam, and second category is according to the follower movement, and the third important category is according to the manner of constraint of a follower. So according to the shape of the follower, so it is majorly divided into 7 types of cam. So first one is wedge or flat cam, second one radial or disc cam, third one spiral cams, fourth one cylindrical cams, fifth one conjugate cams, sixth one globoidal cams, seventh one spherical cams. So these are different types of cams according to the shape of a cam. Second one, second category of cams, that is according to follower movement. So first one is RRR cams, which is nothing but rise, return, rise cams. Second one DRRD cams, so which is nothing but dwell, rise, return, dwell cams. Third one DRDRD cams, which is nothing but dwell, rise, dwell, return, dwell cams. So in the further slides, we are going to discuss these different types of cams. So third important category according to manner of constraint of followers. So it is classified into three major types. First one is preloaded spring cams. So where it consists of a spring as a medium which provides the contact between follower and cams. Second one positive drive cam. So due to the physical shape of the either cam or a follower, there is a contact between cam and follower takes place. Third one gravity cam. So due to the gravity of the cams, there is a contact between follower and cams takes place. So let us see one by one. So first one according to the cam shape, first one is wedge or flat cam. So these are the figure which represent the wedge or flat cams. So in this type of cams, it consists of a majorly a wedge. So this is called wedge. In all the three figures you can see. So in the first figure, it is having spring fitted follower, and this follower is having translatory motion, right? So as the wedge moves from left to right or from right to left, there is a translatory motion takes place due to the shape of this wedge. Okay, so in the second figure, here the follower is having oscillatory motion, right? And when the wedges move either from right to left or left to right, so due to the shape of this wedge, as the follower follows through the shape, there is a oscillatory motion takes place. Okay, so in the third figure, so this is the wedge where the grooves are made. So in this groove, the follower tip is fitted. Okay, so as the wedge move from left to right or right to left, since this follower is passing through this groove, there is a motion, translatory motion takes place due to the movement of this wedge. So we call such type of cams are wedge or flat cams. So in the video also you can see, so this is the wedge whereas this is the follower. So when this wedge move from one end to other end, since these two having the contact, there is a movement of this follower takes place. Okay, so this type of cams are called wedge or flat cams. So next one, radial cam or disc cam. So this is called a radial or a disc cam. So in this type of cam, the position of the follower is determined from the cam axis. This is called the cam axis. So where the this follower axis coinciding with the cam axis, therefore they are called the radial cam. Okay, the follower oscillates or reciprocates in a plane at right angle to the cam axis. Here the follower has a translatory motion, and it is held in contact by using a spring. This is the spring, and in the video also you can see, so because of this spring, uh, the contact between the surface contact between the cam and the follower takes place, and it is having a translatory motion. So the cam axis coinciding with the follower axis, therefore they are called the radial cam. Next one, spiral cams. Now this spiral cam is a face cam in which a groove is cut in the form of spiral. The spiral groove consists of teeth which mesh with the a pin gear follower. So this is the pin gear follower, and these are the spiral grooves which are cut on the face of the cam. Okay, so whenever this gear engages with the spiral grooves, and during the rotation of this cam, then there is a motion along translatory direction takes place. So we call such type of cams are as a spiral cams. So these are the special purpose cams. So next one, cylindrical cams. So this cylindrical cams sometimes called as a drum cam, because the shape of the cam is like a drum. Therefore sometimes we call it as a drum cam. And in this type of cams, a cylinder has a circumferential contours cut into a surface of rotation. The follower may reciprocate or oscillate in a plane parallel to the axis of cam. Generally, cylindrical roller followers are used. In the video, you can see. So here the follower is having oscillatory motion, and this motion is parallel to the axis of the cylinder, whereas in the second case, so it is having translatory motion or reciprocating motion parallel to the axis of the cam, and the grooves are made on the circumference of the cylindrical cam. So we call such type of cams as cylindrical cams, or this one drum cams. So next important type of cam is conjugate cam. So sometimes we call it as a double disc cam. So this conjugate cams having double disc, therefore they are also called as a double disc cams. So which are in direct touch with the rollers of the follower, and this type of cams are basically suitable for high speed and high dynamic loads, because they have a better grip between cams and the follower, and the wear and tear is also very less because they are having smooth operation. In the video you can see the application of this conjugate cams. They are used for pick and place of an object. So it is having a double disc. Okay, so each roller is in direct contact with the respective disc. So due to the rotation of this disc, the moment of this link takes place. So thereby this action takes place, pick and place action takes place. So usually we use this type of cams for high dynamic condition because it is having better grip. Grip between follower and the cam is very good. Therefore, we use such type of cams for high dynamic and high load conditions. Next one, globoidal cams. So These globoidal cams are almost similar to the cylindrical cams. Only difference is the shape. So it is having two shapes. One is concave, another one is convex shape, and the grooves are cut on the circumference of the cams, and the followers are inserted inside the grooves. And these type of cams find a very limited application because the angle of oscillation is very high. Okay, and a few special applications like indexing and other type of mechanism, we use this type of cams. Next one, spherical cams. So here in case of a spherical cams, the spherical cam is in the form of a spherical surface which transmit motions to the follower. So here the follower oscillates about the axis perpendicular to the axis of the rotation of the cam. So next important types under according to the follower moment. So first one, RRR, that is rise, return, rise. So in this type of cam, there is a rise and a return of the follower with no dwell. These cams are very rarely used in mechanisms. So next one is DRRD cams, which is nothing but, so first there is a dwell, then there is a rise, then there is a return, again there is a dwell. Okay, so there are two dwell period followed by rise and return of the follower takes place. So next one, DRDRD cams, so which is nothing but, so dwell, rise, dwell, return, then dwell. So here there are two dwell and there are rise and return periods of the follower takes place. So with this video I would like to explain this DRDRD cams. So you can see the motion of the follower. So now there is a rise, dwell, return. Okay, so based on this shape of the cam, the motion of the follower takes place. Okay, so therefore first I will get the dwell, then there is a rise, dwell, a return, again there is a dwell. So if you see the motion, you will understand what is dwell, what is rise, what is return. Okay, so there is a dwell, a rise, dwell, return, dwell, rise, dwell, return. So like that, the different portion of the cam, so the different motion of the follower takes place. So last one, DRD cam, which is nothing but dwell, rise, dwell. So after that there is a sudden fall of the follower takes place. So this is the example. So in the video you can see, so there is a rise, dwell, sudden fall. So each type of cam have the different application. So based on the application we are going to select the type of cam. Next one. So classification of cam according to manner of constraint of follower. So first one, preloaded spring cam. So which is nothing but, so here the cam and the follower are held together by the member called the spring. So because of this spring there is a contact, physical contact between the follower and the cam takes place. So here there is a translatory motion, whereas in the second case there is a oscillatory motion. But the contact between the follower and the cam surface is takes place due to the presence of this spring. So we call such type of cam as a preloaded spring cams. If there is no spring means, so what happens, whenever it reaches to this peak, then this follower will stuck in this position. It will not come back to its only initial position. Second type is positive drive cam. So examples for this positive drive cams are, so the one of the example is wedge cam. The globoidal cam also we can consider it as a positive drive cam, because of this shape of the cam, because of the shape of the cam, there is a contact between follower and the cam takes place. Okay, so in this case the follower is held inside the groove of the cam, therefore there is a physical contact between the cam and the follower takes place. So next one is gravity cam. So in case of gravity cam, the contact between the follower and the cam takes place due to the gravity. Okay, so during the first rotation, there is a physical contact between follower and the cam. Then during the second rotation, either the self weight of the follower or self weight of the follower, self weight of the cam, the contact between cam and follower takes place. So therefore we call such type of cam as a gravity cam. Next one. So the classification of the follower. So the followers are classified based on the three important categories. One is according to the shape of the follower, then according to the movement. Third important category is manner of location of line of movement. So first one, according to the shape, these followers are classified majorly into four types. One is a knife edge follower, second one is a roller follower, third one mushroom follower or flat faced follower, fourth one is spherical faced follower. So second category, that is according to moment, they are classified into two types. One is reciprocating follower, second one is oscillating follower. Third one according to the manner of location of line of movement. First one is radial follower, second one is offset follower. So let us see one by one. So first one, type of follower according to the shape. So we have four important types of cam. One is knife edge follower, second one is a roller follower, third one is a flat faced follower or mushroom follower, then spherical shape follower. So here each type of follower having the specific application. So in the knife edge follower, so why it is called knife edge follower? The edge is like a shape of a knife. Okay, so here what happens, since the sharp edge in direct contact with the surface of the cam, there is a damage of the surface of cam takes place more frequently, right? And also the friction is more friction and heat generated between the surface of follower and the cams takes place, and noisy operation. So whereas in the roller follower, there is a roller in between the cam and this shaft. Okay, so here smooth operation, but it requires more maintenance than the knife edge follower. Okay, so coming to the flat faced follower. So in case of flat faced follower, more surface contact takes place compared to these two types. Therefore, more friction and more wear and tear takes place between the surface of cam and the follower, and it is a noisy operation. So in order to overcome that, it is a modified form of flat faced follower, that is a spherical faced follower. So here the surface contact between the follower and the cam is very minimum at point of contact. It is having a point of contact. So therefore it is having less wear and tear and smooth operation compared to the flat faced follower. Next one, type of follower according to the movement. So first one is a reciprocating follower, second one is oscillating follower. So based on the movement of the follower, we classified into two major types. One is reciprocating follower, another one is oscillating follower. So what happens in case of reciprocating follower? The follower reciprocate inside the guides. due to the movement or rotation of the cam. Whereas in the oscillating follower, due to the rotation of the cam, there is a oscillating moment takes place in the follower. Okay, so that is the difference between reciprocating follower and oscillating follower, and both are held in tight contact with the cam because of this spring connection. So next one, type of follower according to manner of location of line of movement. So first one is a radial follower, second one is offset follower. So the figure itself explain what is radial follower and what is offset follower. So in case of a radial follower, the line of movement, see this is called line of movement. So the line of movement is passing through the center of cam and the axis of the follower. Okay, so we call such type of cam as a radial follower. Cam axis coinciding with the follower axis. Okay, that is nothing but radial follower. So in the second case, that is offset follower, the follower axis is offsetting with the cam axis by some distance, either towards left or towards right. Okay, so there is a offset between the cam axis and the follower axis. We call such type of follower as a offset follower. So next important concept under this cam is the nomenclature of cam profile. So while drawing the cam profile, so one should understand the different nomenclature of the cams. So the first important nomenclature is cam profile. So in the figure, you can see this dark line indicates the cam profile. So what do you mean by cam profile? So this cam profile is a surface in contact with the follower. Okay, so this cam profile is a profile which comes in contact with the follower. Clear? So the second important nomenclature is trace point. So what do you mean by trace point? So here this is nothing but a trace point. So here we have a roller follower and this is the shaft and this is the guide. Okay, so it is the reference point on the follower to trace the cam profile. So this is the reference point. Since we have a roller follower, this is the trace point. Suppose instead of this roller, if we have a knife edge follower like this, then this would be the trace point. Okay, so this is the reference point on the follower to trace the cam profile. Then cam profile is the surface where this follower comes in contact with the cam. So third one is base circle. So this is very important component of the cam because this defines the size of the cam. Okay, so it is the smallest circle drawn from the cam center to the cam profile. So the size of the base circle decides the size of the cam. So this is the base circle. So this circle is the base circle. So always the first step in the drawing of the cam profile is we have to draw the base circle. Okay, so this base circle defines the size of the or decides the size of the cam. Next one is pitch circle. So this is also important term or nomenclature in the cam profile. So it is the curve. You can see this is the pitch circle, right? So here pitch curve is nothing but see this is the pitch curve. This is the pitch curve. So it is the curve traced by the trace point. If it is assumed that the follower is rotating around the cam, since we are using a roller follower and this is our trace point, so whatever the profile this trace point is going to draw on the surface of this pitch circle, surface of the pitch circle or cam profile. So we call it as a pitch curve. Okay, so this pitch curve is the curve traced by this trace point. Clear? Next, prime circle. So this is the prime circle. This is the prime circle which is concentric with the base circle. So it is the smallest circle drawn from the cam center tangent to the pitch curve. Okay, this circle is a tangent to the pitch curve. Next one is pressure angle. So we are going to get the pressure angle with respect to the follower position. Okay, so it is the angle between the direction of motion of follower and the normal to the pitch curve. So if we draw a normal like this, if we draw a normal like this, so whatever the angle which is made with respect to the direction of motion, which is nothing but pressure angle. Okay. Next one is pitch point. So here pitch point is nothing but this is the pitch point. So it is the point on the pitch circle or pitch curve at which the pressure angle is maximum. So at this point we are going to obtain the maximum pressure angle. So that point is nothing but a pitch point. Next one is pitch circle. So it is the circle passing through the pitch point and concentric with the base circle. Okay, so it is the circle which is passing through the pitch point. This is the pitch point. So the circle which is passing through the pitch point and concentric with the base circle, which is nothing but pitch circle. Next, lift or stroke. So this is also one of the important nomenclature of the cam profile. So here lift is nothing but it is the maximum travel of the follower. It is the maximum travel of the follower from its lower position to the topmost position. So here this is the lower position and this is the topmost position, right? So we call this AB, the distance AB, as the lift or stroke. Okay,